Most infections sneak in quietly, slow, invisible, but some don't hide at all. Some fight back, harder than the body, harder than medicine, harder than anything we're prepared for. And once they activate, nothing about them is passive. These are the moments when the infection doesn't just invade. It attacks. It started with a cough, just dust from an old warehouse, nothing unusual. But when doctors looked at the X-ray, the room went silent. The lungs didn't look inflamed, they looked invaded. Thin white fungal threads were spreading like roots through soil, except this soil was living tissue. Every inhale tightened the web, every exhale made it grow deeper. But here's the part that terrified the doctors most. The spores weren't waiting for the body to weaken. They were activating. Pushing outward, expanding faster every time the immune system tried to stop them. When doctors used antifungals, the threads burst faster. When immune cells surrounded them, the spores formed thicker walls. Every response triggered a counterattack. This wasn't an infection creeping. This was an infection advancing, as if it understood it was in a fight for survival. Then came the parasite case. A woman returned from a trip with nothing but a tiny red dot on her ankle. No itch, no pain, nothing. But at night, her leg twitched on its own, deeper than muscle spasms, almost like something was moving. Doctors sliced open the mark expecting one worm. They found a swarm. This parasite didn't just feed. It cloned itself inside the bloodstream. A replication cycle so fast that for every parasite the body killed, 2 more appeared somewhere else. They used veins as tunnels, lymph nodes as safe houses, muscle fibers as camouflage. Every treatment, heat, meds, immune stimulants, only triggered a faster cloning response. One doctor said the line nobody could forget. It's not surviving, it's adapting to stay alive. That was the first time anyone realized this parasite was fighting back. And then, the brain case. A teenage swimmer felt a simple headache after dipping into a warm lake. No fever, no vomiting, just a headache. Hours later, she couldn't speak. Minutes later, she collapsed. What hit her wasn't a T virus or bacteria, but an amoeba built to seek and destroy brain tissue. And here's the horrifying part most people never hear. This amoeba accelerates when it senses immune pressure. When the brain's defenses close in, it moves faster, feeds faster, attacks harder. The brain swells to protect itself, and the amoeba uses that swelling as a highway to move deeper. Doctors weren't fighting an infection. They were fighting a creature reacting in real time, changing speed and direction like it had a plan. Then came the fisherman. He cut his ankle on a hook. Tiny injury. He ignored it. But salt water carried something else. A bacteria capable of melting human tissue faster than the body can repair it. It didn't spread like normal bacteria. It didn't wait for conditions to be right, it made conditions. Doctors described his wound as looking like wet paper peeling off. Because this bacteria releases enzymes that liquefy flesh instantly, creating space for it to move outward. Every time the immune system attacked, the bacteria released more enzymes. Every antibiotic dose, it mutated. It didn't resist. It retaliated. An infection carving its own path through the body, and that's when doctors noticed a pattern. The scariest infections aren't always the deadliest, but the ones that hit back harder every time you try to stop them. Fungi that expand faster under pressure, parasites that multiply the moment they're threatened, amoebas that accelerate when immune cells get close, bacteria that melt flesh to outrun medicine. These aren't background organisms. They're survival machines, creatures that don't just invade the body, they compete against it. They counter every move. They adapt in minutes. They fight like they want to win. And if these are the monsters we already know about, imagine the ones doctors haven't discovered yet. The invisible ones hiding in water, soil, air, food, waiting for the perfect moment. If you want more real infection stories, the kind that don't just invade, they fight back, make sure you're subscribed. Because this world is full of monsters you'll never see until they're already inside.